Grace and peace be unto each of you from our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. For this is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. To Dr. Perigin, fellow trustee members, faculty and staff, and our amazing students. Special thanks to Dr. Joey Shelton for extending this opportunity for me to share a brief reflection today. I want to concentrate with the time that has been given unto us on Psalms 46. Hear these selected verses. God is our refuge and our strength, a very present help in a time of trouble. Therefore, we will not fear, even though the earth change, even though the mountains shake in the heart of the sea, even though waters roar and foam, even though the mountains tremble with tumult. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of God. God is in the midst of the city. It will not be moved. God will help it at the dawn of the day. Nations are in an uproar. Kingdoms are tottering. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. Come and see the works of the Lord. He breaks the bow. He shatters the spear. He burns with fire the shield. And he says, be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nation. I'll be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. The word of God for the people of God. Thanks be unto God. Let us pray. Lord, let the words of my mouth and the meditation of my heart, let it ultimately be acceptable in thy sight. O Lord, our strength and our Redeemer. Amen. It was on a Saturday afternoon in July of 2018. I was looking forward to a little R&R, rest and relaxation. So I went into the room that my wife Irma and I call the den, with popcorn steady in my left hand and in my right hand the remote control, and I sat on our couch. And I began to surface through the television channel, and I came across this channel, Channel 2, National Broadcasting Corporation, NBC, Comcast provider. And to my pleasant surprise, track and field, a previously recorded track and field event, was about to come on. The 800-meter run was up. Track and field, pole vaulting, high jumping, long jump, the mile relays, and the individual run, the 200 meter, the 400 meter. Now, 800 meter run was about to start. But there was one person that was keeping all the runners from beginning their race. The 8 runners, yes, they did their normal, typical exercise before they were to take off for the run. And then they proceeded towards their prospective stance. But there was a man standing to the left, holding them back from running the race. For this man was the man with a gun in his hand, ready to pull the trigger for all the runners to take off and run their best race. Before this man pulled the trigger for all the runners to run their best race, 2 of the runners jumped the gun. 2 of the runners got out ahead of themselves. 2 of the runners made their move too soon, and they were disqualified from the race. I felt for those 2 runners, and I thought a lot about those 2 runners since 2018. But I can identify with those 2 runners because there have been times in my life where I have jumped the gun as well. There have been times in my life where I've made my move too soon. There have been times in my life where I've gotten out ahead of myself. No doubt each of us have made our move too soon at times. We've gotten out ahead of ourselves, and we too have jumped the gun with some things. As we consider the text of Psalms 46, the Israelites had jumped the gun. The Israelites had gotten out ahead of themselves. The Israelites had made their move too soon, and they needed some deliverance. Well, here's the psalmist speaking with great confidence to the people called the Israelites. And the psalmist says it in this manner: God is our refuge, and God is our strength, a very present help in trouble. God is not like a temporary retreat center where we check in one day and check out the third day. No, God is our eternal refuge, there for us to strengthen us in any circumstance. And not only does the psalmist speak with confidence about God's strength and God is our refuge, but the psalmist speaks about God is a sustainer, because there is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy habitation of God. God is in the midst of the city. It will not be moved. God will help it at the break of the day. Many great cities have rivers flowing through it to sustain it. Jerusalem didn't have this great river, but they had God they could call upon to sustain them like a great river. And even in these unprecedented times that we find ourselves in, God will sustain us in this here and now moment, and God will sustain us for days to come. Then the psalmist says this of God, and God himself says these words: be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I'll be exalted in the earth. The Lord of hosts is with us. The God of Jacob is our refuge. I liken the Eugene Peterson version from the Message translation of Psalms 46 and verse 10 when it says, get out of the traffic. Take a long, loving look at me, the Most High God. Above politics, above anything. In other words, God is saying to us, stop and reflect. Stop and reminisce. Stop and recount. Stop and recall all the wonderful things that I have already done. That I haven't brought you this far to leave you now. One of my colleagues in ministry was given this assignment last week to write our daily devotion for the extended cabinet. And towards the end of his daily devotional message, he would say these words: I invite you to join me in silent prayer today for 5 minutes. And may we be open to what the Spirit is saying unto us. So I say to each of you, may we be open to what the Spirit of God is saying to us. And I know you're still wondering about those 2 runners. Did they get the opportunity to run another day? Yes, even though they were disqualified from that event that day, they received the opportunity to run in other races. Receive this closing scriptural benediction. Now, therefore, since we are surrounded by so great cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and sin that so easily beset us, so easily ensnare us. And let us run this race with perseverance that has been set before us, looking unto Jesus, who is the author and the finisher of our faith. Amen and amen.